This is Survival Radio Network. Thank you so much for helping us to reach over 2 We are here with you this evening. Thank you all for listening to us. No worries. This is the Paula G Show, where we expand the mindset through worldwide conversations, and we love radio. We truly do. Technology is our friend. You can check out our previous episodes of radio and television shows by visiting paulagvoice.com or The Paula G Show. You can also check us out on iTunes, Mixcloud, TuneIn Radio, and Stitcher Radio. Of course, you can always follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The Paula G Show. And much love to V. Berg for the opening and closing music, the opening and closing theme music for The Paula G Show. And his music can be found on Spotify, iTunes, and Tidal. I'm so glad that you all have joined us for another episode. And I have to thank so much my engineer this evening, Miss Rosalind Cooper, who is riding shotgun with me, so I appreciate her so very much. You all know I say each and every week, Lord have mercy, something happens each and every week to remind us. I don't know about you, but something happens every week to remind us of how incredibly precious that time is. It is the one thing, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot get back. Life is precious. That's the one thing that we cannot get back as well. So for you to think it not robbery to spend an hour of your precious time with me is truly appreciated. I promise each and every week when I'm planning these shows that I do so with you in mind, so that at the end of the hour you will say, you know what, that was an hour well spent. This evening is no exception. I have some great guests this evening, but before we get to them, I also want to remind you all that on Thursday mornings, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on WATC2, that's TOO.TV, you can view the award-winning television show My Journey with Paula G, which airs also on Hulu, Roku, Apple TV, Truly, Google Play, YouTube, Facebook, Digital Antenna. And I'm so honored for this episode this coming Thursday, which is February of 2020. Thursday in February. My pastor, Reverend Taryue Bright, will be my guest. So I was very, very excited about having him on as well. Actually, it's February 6th. It's the first, I'm trying to rush the month. But anyway, shouts out to him and thank him so much for being my guest. So 11:30 a.m. Thursday morning, WATC2, that's TOO.TV, My Journey with Paula G. Also to my underwriters, Creekside Dental, The Good Acting Studio, My Coffee Shop, Dr. Paul and Marcia Kelly, Survival Radio Network, my folks right here, Clicks Photography with Clark Garrison. Shouts out to Clark Garrison. Lusu Designs, the producers of My Journey with Paula G, Positive Power 21 Christian Media, LMB Tax Service as well. Thank them all so very much for their support of My Journey with Paula G, as well as the Paula G Show right here on Survival Radio Network. I've been doing this media thing for a while, and some people say, wait a minute, do you do radio or television, or how do I find you? Where do I find you? You all know I've been here on Survival Radio Network for the last, 6 years maybe, doing radio. Have just recently started television about 2 years ago, and, I tell you all the time, it is an answer to a prayer. The doors started opening, opportunities, and I'm telling you, when you are on this journey, you have to recognize, first of all, you got to be prayerful. Second of all, you have to recognize when God opens those doors of opportunity. Got to have the wisdom, got to have the discernment, got to have the perspective and perception to recognize when those doors open and go boldly through those doors. So I'm so incredibly grateful for all of the opportunities that have been presented to me as well in this arena. Now, if you are interested in being a guest, you have any questions, your comments, you can email Paula at paulagvoice.com. Also, if you are interested in advertising or underwriting the television show on WATC, reach out, Paula at paulagvoice.com, put in the subject line branding opportunities, and I will follow up with you as well. All right, well, we're going to take a break because my guest is in queue, and I'm excited to be speaking with him. We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to listen to a bit of Paula's perspective first, and then we will take a commercial break, listen to a bit of music, and then we will be back on the flip side to be speaking with my first guest this evening, who is no stranger to the Paula G Show. He's been with us before, and he's back to share with us just what he's been up to the last, it's been a couple of years maybe. I think it's been a couple of years. All right, so Paula's perspective, a bit of a commercial break, and we'll listen to a little bit of music. We'll be back on the flip side. This is the Paula G Show on Survival Radio Network. We'll be back in a few moments. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Paula G, and this is Paula's Perspective. How do we peel back the layers of what is going on in between our ears? Easier said than done. I mean, we all hear about the self-talk. You tell yourself you're wonderful. You tell yourself you can do it. You tell yourself to think positive. You have the inspirational thought that you can do it. You post positive affirmations by keeping those things in the forefront of your mind and keeping them visual. It's all good, and believe me, to some point it does work, but it's tough at first because there are days when you can tell yourself positive thoughts, and it's all good, and believe me, to some point it does work. But it's tough at first because there are days when you can tell yourself positive things and look at those positive affirmations, but you can't get out of bed. Now, this may speak to a deeper issue or possibly a more in-depth problem, but I believe that in order to change the conversation that is going on in between our ears, we have to roll back time and we have to peel back the layers. We have to go back to the beginning of the mindset, to the beginning of what formulated our thoughts and our thinking. What did we see? What did we do? What did we experience? Who told us all of those things? When you start thinking about your past, whether it is your immediate past or your childhood, you start to see some patterns of your behavior, things that you were experienced to. You start to see some things revealed from your past that are the triggers or the foundation of all of this stuff running around in your head. This can be a painful journey, but it is a necessary journey in order to heal the wounds from the past. Some of us carry around these invisible suitcases that are stuffed with toxic memories, memories that are toxic to our well-being, memories that are stifling. They stifle our growth and our development. But we must challenge ourselves to unpack those suitcases and discard the negative energy that has been tucked away for so long. So let's begin today. Be encouraged. This is Paula's Perspective with music by Kevin MacLeod. I am voice talent Paula G, and I would love to be a resource for you. Whether it's an intro, an outro, a commercial, PSA, tag, or more, consider Paula G the next time you have an audition or voiceover need. Email Paula at paulagvoice.com. And remember, it's the voice that counts.
Looking for a cafe with a home-like appeal where all who enter feel like they are part of something? Visit My Coffee Shop, located in Eastlake, Atlanta, Georgia. MCS has a full breakfast and lunch menu, offering both hot and cold options, and is home of the amazing basil lemonade. But don't forget their assortment of freshly brewed coffees. Come on by at 2462 Memorial Drive, Atlanta, Georgia, 30317. We're pretty sure My Coffee Shop at Eastlake will become your coffee shop, too.
Do you have tax issues, owe back taxes, or need tax relief? Contact L&B Tax Service today. L&B offers you over 15 years of expertise and first-class tax service for individuals, professionals, and business owners. With nationwide service, you can easily find a location near you. Contact one of our tax professionals through our website, lbtaxservice.com. That's www.lbtaxservice.com. L&B Tax Service Incorporated. Tax professionals that you can trust.
SRN Survival Radio Network.
He is legendary, and he has maintained longevity and durability in and through real music and genuine emotion. Y'all just heard it. He's taken us on a journey and continues to take us on a journey through the history of modern black music from the past to the present. He's genuine, he's gifted, he is talented, he is Kipper Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my guest this evening, the amazing Mr. Kipper Jones, a.k.a. Uncle Kipper. How are you, sir?
Yep. Y'all don't have that canned applause? Yeah, there it is.
You know it. You know you're going to get your canned applause.
Hey, lady.
Oh, how are you, sir? How's it going?
Oh, I'm awesome. I am awesome. I tell you, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful like you for every day, for every moment of every day. It's we see things happen around us and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be very candid with you. Some people know I come from a group called Tees. We were big in the '80s, but I mean, that's where we got our start. And myself and Chucky Booker, Cornelius Mims, Derek and Thomas Organ, and Rex Solis, and a young man named Jay Shanklin, who was our second bass player. Well, Jay passed away yesterday, and so we're all feeling that. We're all kind of feeling it. And but I tell you, we are grateful for the time we got to spend with him, and we are grateful for the time that we have now. So. I just want to shout out to Jay and his family, Miss Sylvia, and all the Tees fans and all our Tees family. And just pray for us all. So.
Yes, and to some degree, memories give you some comfort, but it's like you say, it's a bittersweet thing. Because
Absolutely.
The person that has meant so much to you is gone from this earth. Their spirit remains, but they're gone from this earth. But thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much for for sharing that. As we came back from break, we were listening to just, I think, a wonderful example of why and how you have maintained longevity all of these years, how you have been able to take the music from years gone by and have, I think, in my opinion, transformed it and brought it up to where we all are today. Can you speak to us about some of the lessons along the way, your strategies, techniques, however you want to label it, that you feel have contributed to your longevity? And what did you learn from them?
It's interesting that you asked me that. So you've seen my show with the band. It's here in Atlanta. My band's called Kipper Jones R&B Circus, featuring the Black Betties. And what I do, it's interesting because I'm a songwriter. People know me from writing songs for Brandy and Vanessa Williams and Kenny Lattimore and Shaka and Shantae Moore and a bunch of other people. But on my show, it's an homage to R&B and soul music as I know it and as I grew up listening to it. Earth, Wind and Fire and Maze and Luther Vandross and Temptations and Parliament Funkadelic and all those things that I loved growing up and listening to, that I'm sure that people my age and around in that demographic still love to hear. And it's funny that you asked me again because I was watching the Grammys the other night, and my brother and I, we always kind of call each other during the breaks and like, do you see that? So he called me after Smokey Robinson came out and introduced I forget what award it was, but Billie Eilish, however you say her last name, she won the award. And she comes on stage with her brother and she did her thank yous and everything, and then she went away. And my brother called me in a huff. He was like, how dare she go on stage and not pay homage to Smokey Robinson? She didn't say anything about him. I said, Tiger, she doesn't know him. She's 18. She has no idea who he is. She doesn't understand that she's only up there because of him.
Yes.
She doesn't get it. And so my brother, who is a former A&R guy in the business, he beats me up about, why are you always doing these cover shows, man? What's up with that? you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she did that and he called me so angry, I said, now you understand why I do what I do.
Yes.
Because if I don't hold that up, nobody talks about it. Nobody remembers Smokey Robinson.
Right.
Nobody remembers the greats. Nobody remembers the people who did this, and that's the reason why we're able to do what we do now. So I feel like it's my duty to keep that music alive and keep that music in the forefront so that people understand where what they do now even comes from.
Yes. I was having a conversation earlier today, and actually you came up in the conversation, but because the gentleman that I was having conversation with has an internet radio station that plays a lot of the classic music, and his mission is the same, is to keep that music, keep that music alive, because it is rather, and I've seen that before, and I know I can relate to this young lady standing there and not giving Smokey Robinson homage. Like, do you understand who you're standing next to?
Yeah.
Do you understand, child, who you are standing next to?
And that was my brother's thing. He was just livid. Yes. He was just like, I don't even understand. She shouldn't even be allowed to come back in there. I'm like, listen, Tiger, don't blame her. It's not her fault. It's our fault if we don't keep that music alive and hold these people up to that standard to which they deserve.
Right, and remember where it comes from and who who was the original artist. I can remember getting into discussions, shall we say, with some young people who think a song is an original by some recent rapper. I'm like, no. They sampled that from someone from years gone by, and like you said, just not knowing, just not understanding. So I have to say, as one who has seen your live shows, and I'm speaking to my audience, if you are here in the Atlanta area, or if you are outside of the Atlanta area and Kipper and his band comes to your town, please just go see him. Just go see him. You will not be disappointed at all. Always, always, always puts on such a wonderful show. And the thing that I love about your show, among the many things that I love about your show, is there is so much heart, soul, spirit. I'm trying to find the right adjective. Heart, soul, spirit, energy, passion. I could go on and on. That is just scattered all over the stage when you were on that stage, because what you're doing comes from an authentic place. And each and every musician that you have on the stage, the Black Betties, young man Jesse, he's just the cutest thing to me. I don't know how old he is, but he is just the cutest thing.
Oh Lord, you and my sister both.
He is just adorable. I just want to go to him and pinch his cheek. He's just cute,
And he's crazy talented. Yeah.
Yes, but I can see when he plays, he gets it. Like he doesn't even look like he's old enough that he's even old enough to have been able to understand who he was listening to back in the day. But he gets it. I can tell by the way he plays. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong at all. I think the oldest guy in the band next to me is probably 20 years my junior. So,
my God.
I mean, none of these kids grew up listening to that stuff, but they, if they did, it was because their parents played it, but they're consummate musicians and consummate professionals, and they soak that stuff up and play it like they played on those records.
I'm telling you.
Our bass player, Detox, amazing. And my music director, Quentin Robinson, who's our drummer, is just one of the most gifted musicians I've ever met. And Billy Barlow is my keyboard player, and I mean, these guys are just incredible. They also all play with like Avery Sunshine. Jesse plays with Neo.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're all over the place, and I'm blessed to be able to catch them when I can. The girls, the Bettys, I mean, they're doing their thing, and let me just say that we're working on new music with the Bettys that is incredible, and I just cannot wait.
Oh, well, keep me posted. Now, keep me posted. So let me ask you this. Back in the day, and what prompted, the last show that I was at, I started creating these mental questions just based on what I was seeing. artists were groomed,
Yes.
prior to performing. There's such a thing as a stage presence, and I remember when I saw Gladys Knight at the Apollo Theater in Manchester, the United Kingdom. She goes every year in June, second or third weekend in June, and I was over there, and she spoke to this. How can I phrase this question? What impact do you feel that the knowledge of stage presence has to do with the success of legendary artists and songwriters such as yourself? Does that question make sense?
Oh, it absolutely makes sense. So I was brought into the business through the Motown School. My first job in this business was as a demo singer for Marilyn McLeod and Pam Sawyer, who wrote "If There's a Cure for This, I Don't Want It" for Diana Ross, right? So when I was 16, I went to school with Marilyn's daughter, and she introduced me to her mom, and her songwriting partner hired me to be a demo singer for them. So learning through the Motown way, that was absolutely all about artist development. That is something that is sorely lacking and sorely missing today because of the age of independence, which I absolutely love. But we have to understand that there are things about the business, about presentation, that you don't just wake up knowing. You have to be coached in certain things, like how to conduct an interview, how to present yourself on stage. But Mr. Gordy, when he groomed his artists, I mean, it was everything from how to walk into a room, how to sit, how to make sure that a lady sits before you, how to pull out her chair, how to fork, etiquette, which fork to eat with, and all. I mean, just every little thing, because he wanted his artists groomed to the absolute perfect degree. Now, when I go on stage, I'm understanding one thing. I did not come to see. I'm not dressing like I came to the show. I'm dressing like I'm on stage. Like somebody came to see me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I need to present myself in that fashion, and not just like, if I'm doing an open mic thing, I get it, T-shirts, jeans, sweatsuit, whatever. But if you're coming to see a show and people are spending their money to come and see a show, it is your responsibility to give them a show. Don't give them, I just got through cleaning my car. We don't, listen, I see that, and it bothers me, with a lot of these younger performers, because they don't know. And again, it's honest ignorance. You don't know because nobody told you.
Right.
So if you ever get around Uncle Kipper, he is going to tell you, listen, you cannot do that. That's not how we do this thing. That's not how our ancestors did it. That's not why Jackie Wilson and Nat King Cole and Smokey Robinson again, and Luther Vandross, for God's sake, would never go on stage looking like they just bought a ticket to see themselves. No.
Ooh,
absolutely not.
Come on, Kipper. Wow.
So it's important. It's very, very important.
It is.
Yeah.
If you could bring any aspect of performing, songwriting, making music back from days gone by, what would it be? And it doesn't have to be one thing. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
And I was because after I asked the question, I thought, okay, well, maybe the aspect might not have necessarily died, but maybe it might have changed. What would you preserve? Maybe that's a better word. What would you preserve?
Yeah, I think what's also funny now is, like, when you watch a show like the Grammys or something like that, we used to rush home because Michael Jackson was going to be on, or Prince was going to be on, or Diana Ross was going to do a thing, or something. So there was some urgency, some mystique, something that you just had to see. We don't have that anymore.
Yes.
We just, God bless them, but there is really nobody who's making us rush home right now.
Yeah. Or, you have to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and there's
so sad.
Don't get me wrong, there's some brilliant performers. I love Jason Derulo, he has probably not got a lot of hit records and that kind of thing, but to watch him perform is incredible. He's such a great dancer and such a great entertainer. I like Usher a lot. I mean, I always have. Say what you will, I enjoyed Jennifer Lopez's Super Bowl performance. I thought it was great, but I'm not rushing home to see any of that.
Yeah,
it's just not like when Prince was going to be on. It was like, oh my God, I got to go home. I got to be there. I can't miss it. I can't miss a note. I can't miss a step that Michael Jackson is going to do. I have to be there. Even Luther didn't dance, but dear God, if he was coming on TV, we were there.
Yeah,
well,
I think that goes back. I feel it goes back, in my opinion, I feel it goes back to that whole stage presence thing. Yeah. Well, not completely, but of course the artistry, the music, because there was also room for impromptu because they knew the music.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they knew.
It was so ingrained in you that you were able to step outside and do something special or spontaneous because, you had all the bases covered. But that whole thing about presentation is just missing. And then too, it has to be great music. Let's just say what it is. At the end of the day, it's got to be great music, because if it isn't, you can have all the presentation in the world, and it's like, So
exactly,
it's all of that. I'm doing the. I am a second-year college student. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I enrolled at the because I've been asked to speak at a lot of different functions and that kind of thing, and so I was asked to speak at Full Sail University a couple of years ago, and they wanted me. They were like, "Oh my God, we'd love to have you on staff. What's your degree in?" I'm like, "Well, I got a record deal at 19, so my degree is in this music business." But So I actually have gone back, and I started last year at Berkeley College of Music online program, and I am in my second year getting my music business degree. And one of the things, I'm so invigorated and enthused and motivated by this whole program, but one of the things that I'm learning is that you really have to take control of your business, and to do that, you have to understand what outlets are available. You have to do all the work that the record company used to do, like the artist development piece we're talking about now, that it doesn't really exist too much now. They want you to be developed when you get at a major label. So if you're doing an independent situation, then God knows you've got to invest in somebody, get an older veteran performer to coach you or something, because you're going to have to do these things yourself. You can't, like I said, it's not like you wake up in the morning and just know how to do it. So, I would suggest that these younger performers, there's no shame in, calling up one of these veteran performers, call up a Mickey Howard, a Melissa Morgan, or somebody, to coach you, or Lenny Williams. Hey man, I need some pointers about how to be, how to behave, how to present myself on stage. There's no shame in that at all.
Let them drop some knowledge. Now, Kipper, I think we have a caller. I think we have someone that wants to talk to you this evening. Hello, caller.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, we're going to hold on. Hello, caller. How are you? Who do we have this evening? Caller?
Caller.
Yes. Hello. Maybe they left us. Give us a second. My engineer's connecting. Yes. I don't know.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Right?
Yes, you're on, caller. Yes.
Hi, this is JB Vampo. How are you?
I'm great.
Hey.
How are you, love?
I'm good.
Good. Did you want to speak with our first guest?
I will say hello, actually. I will say hi. I was actually in a queue for your call.
Okay.
Hello, how are you?
I'm awesome, thank you.
We'll be with y'all in a minute. Hold tight.
Okay. All right.
Hold tight. Kipper, I've got a couple more. I could talk to you all night long, but we've got to move forward. But you're welcome back anytime, and we'll definitely have to continue to stay abreast of what is going on with you as well. Is there anything that you'd like to share that you haven't shared with us before we let you go?
Sure. So beginning February 18th on the Status Network, statusnetwork.net, I am going to be hosting. There's a lot about me that's not just musical, but I have a social justice interest, very much so. And so I am the social justice and voter registration coordinator for my church. And so I'm going to be hosting my own webcast show called Know Better with Kipper Jones. And it's all about social justice topics, political issues, and not the White House political stuff. I'm talking about your local situations. Like my first guest is going to be Lieutenant Charles Rambo, who's running for Fulton County Sheriff. I'm going to have Devin Barrington Ward, who's running for State Senate. We're going to talk about the census on our first show on February 18th. So just issues that are pertinent to us. Not only what we used to call kitchen table issues, I call them neighborhood issues. They're issues that are very, very important to us right here, and voting rights, and especially being here in Georgia, and the healthcare situation here. We have a state government that doesn't want to expand Medicaid, but why not when you have 600,000 people who are in a hole and can't afford health insurance? So we've got some situations to address, and it's Know Better with Kipper Jones on the Status Network, and you can actually download the Status Network app at the Google Play Store and at Amazon App Store. So I would love to hear it from y'all, and that's Tuesday night, February 18th, and then again every first and third Tuesday from there on.
Yes. All right. Well, Kipper, thank you so much. I hate to let you go, my friend, but thank you so much. And also, we played your latest single earlier, I Want You, and that can be found on, what are the platforms?
It's everywhere, all the digital outlets and all the streaming platforms, but you can get it for free download at kipperjones.com. My gift to you.
kipperjones.com. Thank you so much, Uncle Kipper. And until I see you again, blessings to you, and perhaps we'll have you back on later in the year.
Thank you, great lady. I appreciate you so much.
I love you. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen,
I love you more.
The legendary, oh my gosh, I love this man, Kipper Jones, a.k.a. Uncle Kipper. If you get an opportunity to see him, please go out and support him, support his journey, support the wonderful social platforms. He's involved with the census, and he shared with you his upcoming webinar, so please support him. I always share his information on my page, so you can find information there as well. You can go to his website, Kipper Jones, as well as his social media, Kipper Jones. All right. Well, we are ready for our second guest, who have been waiting patiently, and I'm going to tell you, when I started this whole journey of radio and television, I had the opportunity to just meet and talk with so many amazing people who are just stepping out on their dreams and stepping out on their vision and what it is that they desire to do. And my guests this evening are two wonderful ladies. One is a native of Philadelphia, my homegirl. She majored in computer science, but her first love has been writing, and she's been writing ever since. My second guest also, along with her, she's an author. She's a motivational speaker. She's an advocate. She has written 8 powerful novels as well. She's a certified coach. These two ladies, I will be joining them next month at a book festival. So please welcome to the Paula G. Show, Theresa M. Browning and J.B. Vampo. Let's give them some love, y'all. Hey, ladies.
Hello. How are you?
I am fabulous. I woke up this morning.
I heard that. Yes, absolutely.
I woke up this morning. Thank you all so much for joining me, and thank you all so much for being so patient. Anytime I have, we call him fondly Uncle Kipper on the show, we just never have enough time to really share and chat with them. So I do appreciate y'all being so very patient. So tell us, we'll start with JB. Tell us a bit about how this journey started with you as far as writing is concerned.
I actually started writing. I've been writing basically since I was a child, and I was writing like little poems and little short stories and things like that. When I was in high school, I started this book that got lost a long time ago. So it kind of hurts to think about because I lost the whole book on a floppy disk. But
right. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
But you know what? I know you're paying. I know you're paying because I got some stuff on floppy that I will never see again. I'm with you.
Yes. So when I was about 17 years old, I was getting ready to graduate high school that year and go to college. So, I was always, pretty an avid daydreamer, I like to call myself, or a chronic daydreamer, I would say. And I have a really, I would say big imagination. So I was sitting there thinking about, what my college experience could possibly be like. So I came up with this idea to write this book series based on 5 young black women in college, going through college. So I actually started that series before I even graduated high school, and I was writing this series for over 20 years, and I actually published the first book of the series in December of 2015. So I am the author of a book series called the College Life Series, and the series, like I stated previously, follows the lives of 5 young black women as they go through their college years. So even though my journey started, fairly young as a writer, this journey as a published author with this series started when I was about 17. So a little bit.
Wow. Awesome. Excellent. And Theresa, what about you? How did this journey start for you?
First, thank you for having me on the show. I do appreciate it. My journey started when I was like 12. I had to have or find a way to escape living in a dysfunctional family. So I would hide under a bed or sit behind a door just to escape. And the way that I found relief was to write about the things around me and the things that were happening. So I've been doing it since I was 12, and I am a gracious 58 now. So
come on now.
Some time, and it's been a journey. And I'm happy to say that, I've learned a lot over the years, and I've progressed, and I've, done what I'm supposed to do as a author, writer, motivational speaker, and advocate for others.
Yes. And now how did you two ladies connect?
You know what? Actually, what happened was I am the host, and I have a co-host, Crystal Myers. She's my silent partner because she doesn't like to be in the forefront. But I get, but we call them bumps. We get bumps every day because I'm a reviewer. I'm a professional reviewer, and I review a lot of books. And a few people reached out to me and say, have you read the college series? Is she coming to South Carolina? And I was like, who is she? So I went and I did my research, and I went, did my investigation on her, and I simply asked. I said, hey, a couple of people have asked, are you busy? Would you like to come? I try to give a platform to indie writers. Most of my writers are indie writers, but I do have writers that are under publishers. I want them to come and have this platform so that if she is in Pennsylvania, if she is in Philadelphia, and she's on that side of the world, can she come down to the South and receive new readers? And I figured she had one of the best series that I've seen that I feel like as African Americans we can connect to. So I asked her, would she come, and she did not refuse me.
and I think that's so important. I'm glad you share that because I think it's important. I always encourage my audience to embrace whatever the journey is that they are on. I love quotes, and George Eliot says it's never too late to be what you might have been. So I always encourage my audience, even though you've been working that 9 to 5 for years, or you couldn't fulfill your dream, let's say, of being an author, it's never too late to be what you might have been, as long as you're blinking and breathing. And a lot of times, the feedback that I get from audience members is they're saying, well, for example, yes, I always wanted to be an author, but, I don't know how to get started, or I don't know how to connect with people, that sort of thing. So I think it has been very helpful and encouraging to audience members to hear just how these things happen, because then it gives them the courage and the inspiration to say that, or confidence, to say, hey, I can do this too. I can reach out and make connections and so forth. And that's,
exactly.
I think that's important.
Absolutely. Well, first I want to say thank you. I'm flattered. I didn't know anybody was asking about me. But I appreciate that, and thank you for asking me to even be a part of this your event next month, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I've actually been pretty much touring constantly since probably about 2016. I believe I've done over, I want to say, about maybe 35, 40 events over the past few years. Just basically trying to get my name out there, because nobody, when I first published in 2015, December, nobody knew who I was. I mean, nobody knew I was. People close to me knew I was a writer, but for me to actually publish and try to put myself out there, nobody knew who I was. So, I decided that I was going to go ahead and invest in myself and my, my books and my series and myself as an author, and go on this tour. So I've been doing different events. I've been in different cities, and Los Angeles and Seattle, and Maryland and Jersey, so in Atlanta, done several events. So and I'm continuing this year as well. So and the funny thing is, as I go along touring, of course, thank God my audience grows, but you never know who's kind of watching you, I want to say.
Yeah.
So I'm always flattered. Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
always flattered, because I go about doing this for, myself, and try to build my brand and my audience, and try to get, reach every goal I see for this series and myself, So, but sometimes I don't stop to think that there are people who actually, are looking at me and could be inspired by me. And I'm very grateful and flattered and humbled by that, Really,
yes,
I really am.
Exactly. Yeah, you just never, and that's something that I've learned as well, and even to the listeners that may be starting this journey, you never know who is listening, you never know who's watching. So each day that you get up and you start on this journey, you do it to the best of your ability, because again, you never know who's out there and who's watching. So, Theresa, tell us a bit about this upcoming book festival, how it all came together, why you decided to create it.
Thank you for asking. A couple years ago, I went to an event, and me as a writer, when I go to these different events, I look for different things. And I saw that there was a need for the authors to be loved. Not just by, like, say, for instance, I pay $200 and I'm going to an event, but I felt like when I went to the event that you did not appreciate me, or that there was not enough to go around. So I got with my little silent partner, Crystal Myers, and I said, I want to bring a literary affair to the South, because we didn't have it in South Carolina. We have it in small increments, but we didn't have it on a scale that I wanted to build it on. And my first thought was, how can I show other writers that they're appreciated? So what I decided to do was have a dinner, because when they're traveling to all these different places, they want to have some fun. They want to feel like I'm not just taking their money. No, you want to make sure that they're getting what they came for, and hopefully that they will sell out all of their books, because that's our common goal. I've got 25 talented writers coming from all over the world. They'll be there, and I tell them, you have to sell yourself. I can only do but so much because it's two people. And then as we're doing this, you've got to sell yourself. You can't wait for your readers to come to you. You must read your readers. So I built a platform so where unknown writers and writers that are well-known have come to the literary affair. And on the first night, what I do is I have a dinner, and then we have some adult content. It's called Sip and Chat with Miss Arthur T. And I just keep it real. We sip and we chat and we talk about your book, whether good, bad, or indifferent. And sometimes if you take a sip, if it's no more than orange juice, because if that's your flavor, that's fine. But if you take that sip, you're going to do what? You're going to relax. Yeah. So if you relax, that means you're going to give me more information about what it is that I'm looking for in the book. So I created Sip and Chat because I wanted them to relax and be able to give me the juice. Give me the juice about what's in the book, where did the book arrive from. And I've had people from all over say, do you take erotica writers? Do you take songwriters? I'll take anybody that wants to come, but I can only take 25. When I say I can only take 25, I wanted to keep it as at an intimate setting. I don't want a big crowd. I don't need 300 people or 300 writers to be in one place. I wanted it to be very intimate, and I wanted to give each writer a chance to be able to sell their work. And I figured the smaller the group and the more we put it out there, you know, they can all receive some residuals. And each year it's gotten bigger and it's gotten better. And I do my best to try to promote them. But as I said, you have to be able to promote yourself. And I came up with this thing, a literary affair. It's a dinner, fun, games, prizes on Friday night. And then on Saturday, we come out and we ask the public, we ask the community, come out and support 25 writers. Some of them you may know and some of them you may not know, but please come out and support us because these are some, and I pick and choose who I want, but these are some talented writers, like writers that people are sleeping on, like JV. People are sleeping on her. I've been to the colleges. I've been going everywhere telling people, look, you might want to come and learn about this series. Look, I got a sister coming out of Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri. She's one of the best erotica writers out there, but you wouldn't know that. And then I have a young lady coming out of Atlanta. She's going to be my breakout author. Savannah. I've got young men. I tried to get as many men as I can because men are talented writers as well as women, but they shy away from it. But I did get 5 talented men to come, and I got a brother coming out of Florida. So I tried to pick and choose people from not just in our area in the South. I wanted people from Pennsylvania. I wanted Maryland. I have them coming from the only place I have not been able to get a writer, and I'm sad about it, is Virginia. But I said that's okay. I'm gonna hook them.
Virginia, we'll have to work. Yes, we'll have to work on that. And it's something that you have said a couple times. I want to emphasize, and you create. I'm talking to because I always talk to my audience while I'm talking to my guests. I talk to my audience as well, but. Theresa is an example of someone who is creating an environment for you to promote, as an author, your book. And she said it well, is that she can't sell it for you. You have a platform, and anytime that you're on whatever venture it is, and we're talking about authors this evening, you are going to a book festival. If you're attending this particular book festival or any book festival, the platform is there. It is up to you to promote yourself, to market yourself prior to attending. And I want to make sure that we emphasize that, because like you said, some people come away and maybe the event has not been as successful as they had hoped it to be, because the expectation is, oh, somebody else is going to promote it or someone else is going to do it for me, and the work has to come from you individually. The work has to come from you. You have the platform. The work has to come from you in order to, sell your book or whatever the product is. So I'm glad you said that.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that because too you are the one that has written this piece or pieces. You're the one that's passionate about it. So who better to articulate why someone should join in that experience and read your book. And I, for one, I still love a physical book. I'll do a book on Kindle or what have you from traveling, but I just love a physical book. I just love the book in my hands.
I do too. That's why when I published my books, I did it both in ebook and in paperbacks because for myself, I love to actually physically read a book, like have it in my hand, flip the page, all that stuff. So I agree with you there.
Exactly.
If you're a content creator, social media socialite, influencer, or simply love to record current events, you need the joystick. The joystick is an essential tool for every type of digital content creator. It holds 2 or more mobile phones or tablets, allowing users to stream and record hands-free on multiple apps simultaneously, and it's lightweight and portable. For more information or to purchase your joystick today, visit our website at www.joystik.com.
Have you been recently discharged from your employer through no fault of your own? Or maybe you quit your job for good cause? If so, then you may be entitled to unemployment benefits. If you have been denied unemployment benefits, we can help. Give us a call today. As a prior administrative law judge, I am confident that I can assist you in collecting the unemployment benefits you rightfully deserve. Free initial consultation. Be sure to call Unemployment Appeal Consultants today at 850-228-3556. Proudly serving the Georgia, Florida, and Alabama areas.
You may have heard the phrase, deals are done on the golf course, but do you know how that happens? The book 9 Holes, 9 Goals will provide hole-by-hole guidance on what to do and mistakes to avoid during a round of business golf. Pre-order your copy today at 9holes9goals.com because closing deals on the golf course is no longer just a phrase. You can do it too.
SRN Survival Radio Network.
Dance our way out of our constriction. Gonna be freaking up and down the hang-up alleyway. With a groove I only got, we shall all be moved. Ready or not, here we come, getting down.
All right, if you're tuning in, this is the Paula G Show on Survival Radio Network. We love technology, but sometimes it is not always our friend. Ladies, are you still with me?
Yes.
It is not always our friend.
You know what? I was patiently waiting for you to come back,
yes,
and
ma'am.
I said, it'll come back up. It'll come back up.
Yeah, we keep it rolling because, we just the show must go on.
Yes,
but
it should. Yes.
Share with the audience your event March 13th, and I apologize, we've got a couple minutes, but share the details of the event and if they are wishing to attend or participate, how they can do so.
You know what? It's March the 13th and 14th. March the 13th is the dinner. We're still looking for readers to come out and mingle with these writers, and it's going to be at 2nd and Burns Street, Greenville, South Carolina. And if you want a ticket to attend the dinner and you say that you heard it on the Paula G Show inbox me, and I will definitely give you a discount. And you can see us at www.theresamasonbrowning.com. However, if you choose and would like to come and you say, hey, I heard you on the Paula G show, let me know, and I will definitely give you a discount, and you might even get a ticket for free. Saturday, it's the same place. We're going to be there on Saturday for the book fair from 12 to 4. And on Saturday, we have what is called Greet and Meet. It starts at 5:30, and dinner will be served promptly at 7 o'clock. So please come out and support us, because we got 25 fantastic writers coming from all over the world. We want to make sure that we have a great time. And you could win some prizes. You might win some money. You might win some all kinds of trinkets. So come and see us.
Yes, and I know you'll on social media you'll be sharing, and you can tag me, and of course I'm happy to share, because as you said before, you have some unsung writers.
More of what we're talking for. Please don't fail me now.
You have some unsung writers that really need the platform and really need to be seen and heard, and really need the exposure. So we want to make sure that we definitely encourage the audience. JB, do you have anything else to share with us? What would you like to share with the audience?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me, number one, of course. And I had a great time. And I thought that I messed something up when I heard the music. I said, did I disconnect myself?
Oh, no. I'm telling you, sometimes technology has its own, it's like it gets possessed. I don't know what happens.
I understand.
It gets possessed sometimes. But no, you're good. But just share with us how the audience can connect with you as well.
Yes, so I have my website is jbvample.com. And I'm also on social media. I'm on Facebook with JB Vample. I'm on Twitter and Instagram also with the handle at JB Vample. So I'm really easy to find. I also have a YouTube channel where it's not much on there right now. My channel is JB Vample, and I'm actually we currently have a couple of videos with myself and two of my readers where we discuss actually books in my series. So if you watch it, don't watch it unless you read the book, because there's a lot of spoilers.
Okay, but y'all heard it.
But yes, it's very easy to get in contact with me, or find me, JB Vample.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you so. I appreciate you for joining us, and I just appreciate you and encouraging you for stepping out and doing what it is that you have been gifted to do and what you love to do and enjoy doing. Just continue to embrace that journey as well. So thank you so much. Theresa, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us as well?
Just want to say thank you, Paula, for having me, and I know that I will see you the weekend, and we do appreciate you, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. And like you said, if we didn't have that extra voice, where would we be? And I just want to say thank you for all that you do, and we do appreciate you.
Well, I'm excited to be coming to South Carolina to participate, and to my audience, I'm going to be taking pictures and doing some Facebook Live stuff, so y'all get a chance to kind of experience it as well. But you all just be sure to check out these ladies. Make sure you get connected with them. I will be posting information on my social media as well. So if you're in and around the area, please come out and support. When you're on this journey of independent author or artist or whatever the venture is, it is just heartwarming to have people to come out and support your journey and support, your vision, because the next journey might be yours. And like I said, it's never too late. George Eliot says it's never too late to be what you might have been. These two ladies are a prime example. They both have been educated. They got college degrees, but they are working their vision and they're working their dream, and you can too. So you embrace the journey. And ladies, thank you so much. And I'll see you all in about a month.
Yes. Thank you, sweetie. Have a great evening.
Have a good
All
one.
right, you do the same. You do the same.
Thank you.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, that was a packed show. I don't know about you, but that was a packed show. Please go back and listen. Go back and share this file. I know we had a couple little glitches tonight, but that's what happens with radio technology. The show must go on. What can I say? But thank you so much, Rosalind. Thank you so much for riding shotgun, for engineering. I want to thank Mr. Kipper Jones. Always a delight, always a pleasure to speak with him about the music and his love of music. I was speaking earlier with Kevin Briscoe of Turntables at 45. We were talking about the same conversation. That will be a future guest down the road. We'll be continuing this conversation on music next week with Mr. Morris Cooper. So until then, thank you all once again for joining us. And remember, the greatest conversation you will ever have is the one that takes place in between your ears. What are you speaking to yourself? What is your I am? Until next time, much love and embrace the journey.